Our team coverage continues now as we look back at the history of this years-long development.
Started in 2017 when the city bought the property just north of the St. Mary's River on Clinton Street. That is where we find WANE 15's Marcus Truccio. He joins us live to break down the timeline. Marcus.
And Dirk and Alyssa, while the city got involved with the purchase of this land about 8 years ago, conversations about redeveloping this land go back much further, about 20 years ago. The North River site, which has had several industrial uses since 1902, has sat vacant since 2006. What was 29 acres of rail and scrapyard is now largely grass and weeds. More than a decade after being vacated, the city of Fort Wayne purchased the property for $4.6 million in 2017.
It's not a good deal, but with the seller that we had, that was probably the best deal they were going to give us.
In 2024, 7 years after the purchase, the EPA granted the city $2 million to clean up the site, much higher than the estimates at the time of the purchase.
If in fact it's only $500,000 for remediation, that's not a bad number. But what if it's $5 million? What if it's $10 million?
Now the city estimates the total cost of remediation will be around that $10 million mark.
We still have $4 million invested in the property, so you can't just sell the property to the first developer without taking a loss.
But still, city government has a vision they believe will pay off. Also in 2024, a sport and events center feasibility study. Results were released this year.
In an ideal world, I'd love to come back 3 years after it opens and see that the community has generated 50 or 60,000 new hotel nights a year, that they've had 150, 200,000 new visitors a year.
That's the hope Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker has too. The official announcement for the North River District was made 9 months ago in February.
It's much like the Parkview Field, which then drove lots of other economic development around that. Now in the north corner of our city, this our field house will do the exact same thing.
The centerpiece of the development, a field house, the city hopes will be a destination for tournaments for youth sports teams from across the Midwest, surrounded by hotels, shopping, dining, and housing. But since the February announcement, the city's plans have received criticism.
I love what the mayor is proposing already with the youth sports facility, but I think the project can be so much more.
In April, local business leaders Chuck Surak and Daryl Doden said they wanted to purchase the land from the city.
I don't think it's appropriate for the city to be in the development business. I think private developers probably do a better job.
We're looking at what makes sense, what brings in tax revenue.
Sometime in the next month, the city quietly declined Surak and Doden's offer, moving forward with the original plan, announcing they had received 20 proposals from developers, with 2 finalists being announced in June. And here we are, November 2025, a master developer selected. Again, it's Price Brothers out of Kansas City. They're going to develop this 29-acre site that's been vacant for decades. Live in the future North River District, Marcus Truccio, WANE 15 News.